What up, people? Gideon Prime, truth chasers, still chasing that truth, man. Vicarious vanity through these celebrities, man. I believe that the biggest problems that face this world, this country, our people, are the problems that are not noticed, or the unnoticeable problems, the problems we don't even know that we have. I'm talking about like character problems and stuff like that. I'm not really talking about, let's say, physical per se. Those are big problems and everything. But I think the problem that we have the most, especially in this country and this people, is vicarious vanity through celebrities, man. People living through famous people, sports icons, movie stars, musicians, whether it be rappers and just musicians in general, video games. These are things that are, I mean, I guess you could say these things are a curse, because these things are actually, for the most part, and I say that word, you know, for the most part, tools of the adversary or the devil or Satan, and even our own self-hatred, our own foolishness. These are tools of our own foolishness combined with the devil. Or like all of these things, you can just put that in one big brew that some witch somewhere is stirring up and just unleashing on the people without the people even knowing it. In a minute, I'm about to play an excerpt of G.Craig Lewis, the Great Pretender's sermon, and he has a great point when he talks about how people really are in some type of fantasy land when it comes on all levels, man. No matter what's your poison, pick your poison. Video games, like I said, music, movies, rappers, sports. People live their lives through people and things that have no care for them, have no regard for them and their family and their loved ones, would have them waste their time on just total nonsense, man. I'm about to show the website for G.Craig Lewis. It's called A True Church Perspective, and I'm going to play an excerpt of a sermon that he did called The Great Pretenders. And I mean, it just hits home. I mean, he's talking to the church and his assembly over there in Houston, Texas, but there are some parts that relate to everybody, whether you're a believer or a non-believer, or if you're a different faith or whatever, especially when it comes to this country, you know. And of course, you know, Jesus Christ is the only way, and that's that. But through his truth, because it says that, you know, the truth will set us free. And when God reveals us the truth, then he also grants unto us repentance to those that actually take it seriously and don't overlook it. So without further ado, I'm going to show G.Craig Lewis website, True Church Perspective, and I'm going to play an excerpt of his sermon, The Great Pretenders, man. Stop living through these people, man. Carmelo Anthony cares nothing about you people. I mean, there are people at my job that actually almost get emotional, have emotional arguments like about the Lakers and the Knicks, as if they're on the payroll, as if like they know these people, and they don't know them, man. People will argue about Rick Ross and Lil Wayne and the new sneakers that's coming out, the new phone posit, the Galaxy phone posits, and all of this stuff, as if the people who make these items, or actually the items themselves or itself, cares about them, has any regard about them, even knows that they exist, or even are trying to wear them or emulate them, or everything down that path, man. Enjoy the excerpt of this sermon.
Folks that put everybody into heaven and everybody saved, and you don't know, and you, not that we just put people in hell, y'all understand what I'm saying? But if you don't live for God while you're living, then what makes you think you're going to be with him when you die?
That's right. That's right.
You done use your whole life to promote sin, sell sex, sell all kinds of demonic junk, and you just gonna end up in heaven? Because a preacher put you there during your eulogy? Look at somebody and say it is what it is. And we got to look at it and call it what it is. I'm not saying all these folks on this picture is in hell, but I'm saying why are they in heaven? Nobody asked that question. You always putting them in hell. Okay, I ain't putting them in hell, but you can't put them in heaven? Well, where do I put them? I mean, they meant a lot to me. You don't know these folks. Folks on my Twitter and Facebook, y'all, we need to pray for Bobby Christina. What about your niece that ain't saved and your daughter that ain't saved and that person next door that you know and see every day, they ain't saved? You talking about Bobby Christina? You just living in a fantasy land. Are you crazy? Pray for Bobby. I just looked at his face during that and he just going through. Look at your son. He's in jail. You know him. You knew him. You thought you knew him. What is wrong? Look at somebody say, what's wrong with us? Fantasy land. Just walked into the TV and at the funeral. Hey, yeah, this is my dream come true. When you wake up, you're not in that family, man. There's people in there mad now because I put that picture up. They got it blown up on one of their walls. That's my hope for getting in heaven, because if Tupac is there, all of us gonna be there. Look at somebody and say, wake up. I'm like Paul. I'm just not gonna have you ignorant in here. You're just not gonna be ignorant in here. Now you can make a decision to not come, but if you decide to come, you're just not gonna be ignorant in here. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Amen. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm like Paul again. Who has bewitched you that you would believe a lie? TV? Rupert Murdoch? You done fell for it. Just believing that it's real and reality. I wonder how many prayer lists at these churches Bobby Christina's name was on. And folk in the church sick. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying don't pray for Bobby Christina. I'm just saying, come on, you got bigger fish to fry right under your nose. Yeah, you trying to live through a superstar. That's all that is. That's what they're designed for. They channel so you can channel them. You channel their reality. Wonder what they're going to do tomorrow. They already know. It's a script. That is not your reality. Look at somebody and say, wake up. Y'all need to get unplugged from the matrix. I just don't want Adam and Believers folks goofy. That's TV. I said in one of my videos, when you gonna learn that TV is TV? It's all staged to change you.
You've been listening to A True Church Perspective from G.Craig Lewis, founder of EX-Ministries and pastor of Adamant Believers Council in
Truth Chasers.